All right. Another thing that's a really big problem if you're using any other software is just setting up effects channels and buses. Like doing send effects in some of the other software, you need a degree from university just to figure out how to put in a send effect. Let's see how hard it is here. Let's go to my effects. Say for example, I want to like put a reverb onto this channel. Now, on any other software, I'd have to make a new channel, an effects channel, put the reverb in the effects channel, go back to my original channel, figure out which bus goes to that reverb, add that, and mess around with it. I don't want to do that here. All I want to do is I want to put reverb, and I want to make sure it's a send effect on that channel. So I grab my reverb, let's grab a reverb effect, and I've got some send effects here, right? And we'll just grab biggest wall. And all you got to do is drag that to the send window here in the mixer, and it says add send. It automatically opens up the reverb. If you scroll to the end of the mixer, you'll see it's automatically made an effects channel and put the reverb in it, right? And if you go back to the original channel, you'll see on that channel it's made a send, it's called it room reverb, and it's assigned that channel to that send. It just works. Now if I open up another channel and open up the send, you'll see automatically every other channel's got an automatic send for the room reverb. What's also really nice, if I've got a plugin anywhere in the mix that's got a sidechain input, like a compressor or whatever, as soon as I put that plugin anywhere in the mix, every channel automatically gets a sidechain input to that effect. So for example, my auto filter, which a great effect auto filter, that auto filter has got a sidechain input, so I can filter something by using something else. So I can send this channel to the auto filter and filter another channel and modulate it from my original channel. And those sidechain, on my gate has got a sidechain, those sidechain inputs automatically appear on every other channel straight away. So I can use any channel to modulate any other channel without having to even think about it. Alright, so that on its own is pretty impressive, but Studio One Pro has another couple of really interesting tricks up its sleeve. Because it's all very well being able to record and mix, which this does really, really well, but you've still got to actually get your work out there. I mean, it doesn't matter how good your song is if no one gets to hear it. So let's see how we do that. And that's where this project window comes into play. A project is a collection of songs, like an album, right? So let's open up a project, and I've got a couple of songs in here, and here's a couple of songs in the project, and you can see down here, here's the couple of songs that I've mastered on earlier, just a couple of kind of. How this works is that I can drag and drop from the browser, I can drag and drop any song directly in from here into the mastering product. So I can just drag and drop the song, and I can drag and drop the song right into the arranger or into the song queue, and it will import the song file. Now hang on, that's a bit weird because that's a multi-track song. Yeah,
you lost me there.
That's a multi-track song file. How can I import that straight into a 2-track editor? Well, that's because this isn't really a normal 2-track editor. What this actually is that each of these 2-track files is connected to its original song.
Right.
So the mastering process is not something completely separate from the mix process. It's actually part of the same process. So for example, if I want to edit this song, I mean, if I'm not in a normal mastering program, if I have a rendered 2-track file, that's it, I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
But here, if I want to change something, I just hit the edit button and it opens up the song automatically.
That quick.
Yeah, that quick. And that's my multi-track song right there. And I can change it if I just need to change the level of a cymbal crash, or if the vocals are a little bit too loud or something like that. I can just change that in the mix, and then I go to Song, Update Mastering File, and it automatically updates that and puts it back into the mastering section exactly the way it should be. And it drops it right back into the project in exactly the same place with all my fades and all my effects exactly the way I needed to be.
So these waveforms are virtual representations, they're not...
No, well, yeah, it does a 2-track render, but the 2-track render is always connected to the original file. Now, if you notice that here, this song's got a blue dot on it. That's the mastering file status. And this one is red. And that means, because it's red, that means there's a newer version on the hard drive. If I go back and edit the song and then save it, the project window knows that I've done something else. So it tells me that this is not the latest mix. And that's brilliant because there's loads of times, and I've got like 20 different mixes of a song, and you can never remember which one is the right one. Well, this remembers for you. So it always will tell you if that's not the latest version. If I want to put some effects on it, again, drag and drop. I can just drag and drop, go up here to, I've got some mastering effects. There we go. There's some mastering effects. And then I can take these mastering effects and I can just say, okay, I want that chain to be on that song. And it will set up an EQ, dynamics, and a spectrum analyzer right on that song. It's a 64-bit mastering section. So this is not just some kind of mastering bit tacked on to the end. This is as good as or better than any other mastering software out there. It just, and unlike the others, I don't have to learn a separate application. I don't have to buy another program to do mastering. And more importantly, I can go back and edit my original songs because it's the same process.
I was just wondering how you found the supplied presets for mastering. Do you have?
They're great. I mean, we have a lot of presets. I mean, we spend a lot of time working with a lot of very famous artists to get good presets. We build a lot of presets in there, but of course it's very easy just to change. You know, you can sit down and edit them your own. You just open it up and change it whichever way you want to change it. You know, everything's very easily editable. Or there's like, you know, tons of presets. You know, there's our mastering presets, mixing presets, various tools. We try and organize everything very easily.
Sensibly,
so yeah, very sensible, very quick. And then when you've done your master, at the top here you've got a burn button, so you can just burn an audio CD, or you can burn an image file if you want to send it off to a mastering studio. But this one is my favorite button. It's a digital release button because hey, it's 2010, man. We'd like to release on the web, don't we? So if I press digital release, I can pick a form. I can pick FLAC. If I'm using something like TuneCore, which I use a lot for my own albums, they like to have FLAC. So iTunes, Amazon MP3, they'll take FLAC files and then they'll be able to sound out uncompressed or high level. Or if I want to take an MP3, I can set the bit rate or whatever. I can put my track numbers and artist name there. The metadata that we had on the start page is also saved with the MP3 file. And this is the cool part, publishing. Not only can I save the file, I can publish it to the web as well. And we use a system called SoundCloud. And with the SoundCloud server, as soon as I'm not on the net right now, but if I was on the net, I can just hit OK, and it connects to the SoundCloud server. And the SoundCloud server has all the details of all of my websites, my MySpace page, my Facebook page, my band's website, and so on. So I just hit upload, it goes directly to SoundCloud, and then SoundCloud sends that automatically to my MySpace page, my Facebook page, etc. So 5 minutes after I press OK, everyone in the world can listen to my song.
This is a record company in a plugin.
It's a record company in a plugin.
In a program.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So it's a total 360 solution. You can do everything in this.
It's a 21st century solution.
It's a 21st century. It's the first 21st century digital audio workstation.
Okay, I think we may be giving one away for a prize in the future, Rodney. So thank you for showing us around Studio One. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I hope everybody else is watching this.
Yeah. I think you'll love it.
Thanks for your time, Rodney.